Nvidia stock was basically steady in early trading on Friday, consolidating recent gains that had pushed it to its highest level since early November. Shares fell 0.1% to $192.22 after increasing 0.5% the previous session. The stock has risen over the last week on a combination of optimism about resuming access to China and promising earnings from large clients, boosting confidence in Nvidia's leading position in artificial intelligence infrastructure. Analysts raised the target price for Nvidia stock. Wolfe Research boosted Nvidia's price target to $275 from $250, stating that the company's transition toward rack-scale AI systems, higher average selling prices, and sustained margins will propel earnings well over current market estimates. Wolfe expects shipments of Blackwell-based racks to reach 1,000 units per week by the end of calendar 2025 and to continue through 2026. This suggests annual sales of 50,000 to 60,000. The company also anticipates that Nvidia's next-generation Rubin platform would begin scaling up in the second half of 2026 without delay, thanks to design tweaks that ease assembly. Based on these assumptions, Wolfe predicts 55,000 Blackwell racks and 20,000 Rubin racks in 2026. In 2027, it anticipates 55,000 Rubin racks and 15,000 Rubin Ultra racks. Over time, Wolfe anticipates Nvidia's product mix to trend toward rack-scale systems, with slower growth in HGX and other standalone platforms. Earlier this week, Morgan Stanley confirmed its overweight rating and $250 price target for Nvidia, noting growing market demand throughout the artificial intelligence ecosystem. The bank admitted that Nvidia's stock has recently underperformed as AI beneficiaries expand and supply chain limitations affect much of the semiconductor industry. Morgan Stanley, on the other hand, said that concerns about prospective market share losses were overblown. It stated that Nvidia's planned Vera Rubin platform will strengthen its position in AI computing and assist to alleviate competition concerns. Morgan Stanley also addressed investor concerns about the financing of frontier AI model developers and Nvidia's connection to that ecosystem, stating that the scenario requires some adjustment, but does not jeopardize the long-term opportunity. Investors are also keeping an eye on events around ChatGPT developer OpenAI for signs about sentiment toward the larger AI ecosystem. According to a Wall Street Journal story citing people familiar with the situation, OpenAI is planning to go public as early as the fourth quarter of this year and is exploring a funding round of up to $100 billion at a possible valuation of $830 billion ahead of its IPO. A successful IPO would most certainly boost sentiment across AI-related stocks, including Nvidia. I've been involved in Nvidia for so long that I'm not concerned about the stock's underperformance versus the S&P 500 index since my previous optimistic call. This stock has generated exponential returns for me since I began investing in it, and I believe the share price is currently consolidating. Nvidia's supremacy in the AI chip market remains intact, and recent earnings statements from Tesla, Microsoft, and Meta indicated that these businesses are still prepared to invest heavily in processing power, since none of them intend to be technological laggards in the AI era. Chinese officials recently granted clearance to their tech titans to resume ordering H200 chips, providing Nvidia with another huge structural tailwind. Meanwhile, Nvidia is currently incredibly attractively priced, therefore it remains a strong buy for me. Today is January 30th, and Nvidia's share price has fallen by about 5% in the 3 months since October 30th. However, based on earnings revisions over the same period, this share price decrease appears to be entirely sentiment-driven. As shown in the table below, only positive earnings revisions occurred, with the majority of the increases being in the double digits. To cross-check Wall Street's profit adjustments, consider recent fundamental events involving Nvidia and AI infrastructure build-out tailwinds. China is the world's second-largest tech market, after only the United States, with several IT behemoths creating AI services. According to recent sources, China has cleared the import of the first batch of Nvidia's H200 chips, providing a significant structural tailwind for Nvidia. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. Jensen Huang stated yesterday that no orders were placed by Chinese companies because the Chinese government has yet to clear imports. As we can see, the signals are contradictory, but I believe they are more political games by the Chinese government, which desperately needs Nvidia processors. I believe that the favorable impact of this event will be enormous for Nvidia because the companies that purportedly gained approval from Chinese authorities include true heavyweights such as Alibaba, ByteDance, and Tencent. According to the article, these huge tech businesses have been approved to purchase 400,000 H200 chips, but it is important to note that this is likely only a portion of the actual demand. According to Reuters, Chinese IT businesses placed orders for over 2M H200 chips at a cost of $27,000 per. It implies $54 billion in extra revenues for Nvidia, and the forward PS multiple of around 22 indicates that it has the potential to enhance Nvidia's market capitalization by nearly $1.2 trillion. Of course, given the current state of relations between the United States and China, Nvidia may face a number of regulatory hurdles before this economic accelerator is fully activated. However, I believe that Chinese technology companies will eventually receive full approval from the country's government, and my reasoning is straightforward. The United States and China are two major adversaries, and technology is a key component of this bitter rivalry. Having said that, in order to stay up with the pace of the AI revolution in the United States, China must invest in AI infrastructure in equivalent numbers. On the United States alone, OpenAI wants to invest more than $1 trillion on AI infrastructure, and there are numerous significant tech corporations that are willing to invest hundreds of billions of dollars in data centers, implying that the U.S. tech sector will invest a few $trillion in data centers by the end of the decade. As a result, China's investments in AI infrastructure are expected to total several $trillion. It means they will require a large number of AI accelerators, and China's semiconductor companies are unlikely to be able to meet this massive demand on their own, as even Nvidia, the world's largest semiconductor company, has stated that their capacity to supply AI chips is far lower than soaring demand. To summarize, it appears that China will have to purchase Nvidia chips if it wants to keep up with the United States in terms of AI adoption. Aside from the projected new substantial development opportunity in China, domestic tech giants continue to place a high value on AI accelerators. Three tech titans, Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla, announced their Q4 profits this week, and all confirmed that 2026 will be a year of significant AI infrastructure investment. Other major AI infrastructure spenders, Amazon and Google, have yet to disclose Q4 2025 earnings, but I believe their C-suite executives' rhetoric on AI capex will be fairly strong during their earnings calls, which are set for next week. By the way, tech titans continue to reference Nvidia more frequently than AMD during earnings calls when discussing their AI growth goals. Aside from being referenced more frequently during tech companies' earnings calls, there are other signs that Nvidia's standing against AMD in semiconductors remains unchanged. Nvidia's present cash pile of $60 billion is 9 times higher than AMD's, and its TTM free cash flow is 18 times larger. As a result of Nvidia's significantly higher scale, its ability to invest in R&D and capex is simply unequaled. As demonstrated by my above compilation, Nvidia's financial superiority leads to far higher actual investments in R&D and capex. Nvidia's combined R&D and capex investments exceed AMD's by nearly 2.7 times, and this contrast is critical to the analysis because Nvidia's historical ROIC is on a completely different level than AMD's. Nvidia's average ROIC over the last decade has been staggeringly high at 40%, whereas AMD's is in the single digits. As a result, the fact that Nvidia presently invests significantly more in growth than AMD is likely to be bolstered by the reality that its investments have historically been far more efficient than those of its primary rival. To summarize basic research, I feel that recent exceptionally good external developments, along with Nvidia's sustained supremacy in the sector, form a strong combination that reinforces a confident, optimistic outlook for Nvidia. Nvidia's share price has stayed nearly flat since my previous analysis, despite multiple positive EPS upgrades. It indicates that a large forward PE ratio decrease occurred. In the table below, I compare Nvidia's projected PE ratio trajectory until FY 2029 to the actual as of mid-November 2025. And we can clearly see that multiples are currently far more appealing, despite some favorable structural changes. Of course, looking at the long-term PE ratio involves more uncertainty than the current one. However, given the strength and expected length of structural AI tailwinds, the forward estimated FY 2029 PE of 17.3 appears to be an extraordinarily attractive value for the world's premier AI chip business. When we compare Nvidia's multiples to AMD, its key competitor in the data center AI accelerators industry, they appear to be quite attractively priced. Nvidia's valuation appears to be substantially more appealing not only in terms of forward PE ratios, but also in terms of price, FCF. Yes, Nvidia is noticeably more expensive in terms of sales ratios, but this is easily explained by Nvidia's significantly higher profitability than AMD. Finally, comparing Nvidia's current PEG ratio of 1.08 to the sector indicates a major undervaluation. The sector median PEG ratio is 1.63, which is around 34% higher than Nvidia's. Multiplying Nvidia's current share price of $192 by this upside provides a target price of approximately $257. This is fairly similar to the average Wall Street target price for Nvidia. To summarize, there are several indicators indicating Nvidia is now cheap. However, there are certain fundamental concerns to consider. Investors may be concerned about Nvidia's long-term growth prospects due to increasing geopolitical uncertainties. This year began with a number of major geopolitical events, including increased Chinese military drills encircling Taiwan. Nvidia's supply chain is primarily reliant on Taiwanese Colossus Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, and a direct military clash between this country and China will undoubtedly damage the company's supply line. While I believe that war between China and Taiwan is extremely unlikely since it would result in severe economic penalties against the world's second-largest economy from the developed world, some geopolitical experts believe that such a situation is not impossible. Because the negative consequences of such a situation would be considerable for Nvidia, its current huge discount could be explained by this large geopolitical risk. While Nvidia is currently well ahead of AMD, it cannot promise that this advantage will last 10 years. I am not a major admirer of AMD in comparison to Nvidia, but we must give credit to this company and Lisa Su because they have prior experience winning a David versus Goliath battle against Intel. As shown above, AMD's market share in the desktop x86 CPU market was only 9% 10 years ago, whereas Intel's was more than 90%. Intel remains the industry leader, while AMD has increased its market share to 33% in just one decade. As a result, Nvidia's corporate leaders should not rest on their laurels and must maintain their dedication to innovation in order to keep their competitive advantage over AMD. During high R&D cycles, Nvidia's profitability ratios may contract, prompting investors to become more aggressive. Another danger that may have a temporary impact on Nvidia's profitability is growing memory costs, as one of the industry's top companies, Micron, recently stated that they are facing an unprecedented shortage. However, I believe it to be a short-term headwind because memory chip manufacturers are quickly growing their capacity. For example, Micron recently announced the acquisition of a Taiwanese fab, which is slated to close in the second half of 2026. To address long-term memory chip scarcity problems, Micron intends to invest $24 billion in a new memory chip facility in Singapore. Furthermore, Samsung, another memory chip manufacturer, is apparently close to receiving NVIDIA certification for its HBM4 AI memory product. It will open up another huge memory supply source for NVIDIA, which will most likely help to limit this risk. After all, let's not forget about NVIDIA's tremendous pricing power, and the business may pass on some of the cost of memory inflation to its customers. As a result, I believe that the share price and valuation may only see a temporary decline. Conclusion: NVIDIA continues to provide a great risk-reward opportunity in my perspective. A 34% upside potential for the world's largest corporation and the cornerstone of the AI revolution is quite likely to outweigh all of the dangers and uncertainties. NVIDIA's rating remains strong buy, and I continue to buy the stock. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Just this week, we reported OpenAI now on track to raise as much as $100 billion from Amazon and others, Anthropic closing part of what could be a $20 billion round. SpaceX also reportedly considering merging with xAI or Tesla. All of this deal-making, guys, has pushed up valuations. The combined total value just for these three companies is now around $1.65 trillion with a T, I'm told by investors. These rounds were really meant to be the final fundraise ahead of IPOs, and investors are now laser-focused on public markets. SpaceX, I'm told by a source, slated to go this summer, could be as early as June if it does not combine with Tesla, as we mentioned. The Journal now reporting OpenAI is in talks with bankers to list as early as Q4. I am told by a source OpenAI has not set an IPO date. Q4 is possible, this person says. Its rival Anthropic, meanwhile, has been reported to be looking at this year as well. I have been talking to investors in both of those companies, those AI giants, who say these companies have been ready. They've been looking to get IPO ready over the last few months. They're looking over their shoulders, too. They want to be the first to get out there and tell their story to Wall Street. One banker compared the competition here to the battle between Uber and Lyft back in 2019. Lyft was able to list a month before Uber, set the public market benchmark despite being the smaller company. One banker I spoke to says these IPOs right now, it's all anybody is talking about. There are some worries about whether public markets can actually absorb hundreds of billions of dollars in issuance. One rule of thumb you tend to see, it's about 10% of a company's private valuation. If you add those up, the typical size based on that sort of rule of thumb could be upwards of $200 billion, guys, flooding markets this year. Back to you.
They're mega IPOs.